Alright, it's January 14th today, and it's about 12 degrees out. It's super cold, super windy. We got a little bit of snow, but I added to the fleet a pull behind brush hog, 5 foot. Needs a little work like everything, you know. Gotta buy everything broke and fix it up. But yeah, here this is. I gotta change out these ends. They are not the same as what goes on my tractor. So I have an extra set of those. And then if you look down here, this is cracked. I didn't notice that when I bought it, but not a big deal. I can fix that. So we got to do that. And I really think that's about all this thing needs. I mean, just use it afterwards. It's got that slip clutch, and she told me to watch out for that slip clutch. But I think she had like a 50 horsepower tractor running this thing. I have 27.5 to the motor, so I probably have like 23 to the PTO. And then up front, it's hard to tell, but the battery box is actually rotted out, so we're gonna fix it. I have a cap for this, and the seat rotted off. So that is on today's projects for the tractor, and we're gonna do a little maintenance to this, see if it needs any oil in the gearbox, which I don't know if it does or not. I haven't got to look. So that's what we're gonna tear into today. Also, I got a bumper to make for the front of the tractor. So you see how the hood kind of rolls forward? So I'm gonna have to watch it. I gotta keep it kind of low, but I have these weights here that are 107 pounds a piece. I have some other weights as well, but I think those are gonna work pretty well for when I do, because I got the other weights on my other tractor. So that used to hold the weights on here, but I think actually I had the weights on here and I had them clamped on, and they hung down real low, and they hung too low, and what ended up happening was they got caught and it bent this back, and when it bent this, the weights fell off. It was just a huge pain. So I'm going to actually make a whole nother bracket off of this to hold those orange weights over there. So that is our plans for today. While it's cold out and it's warm in here, it's not really all that warm, but it's better than outside. It's like 12 out. And there's the temperature in the garage. But you know, wood burner is going. If you leave this door cracked a little bit, it seems to do a little better. Alright, first things first. So I got these ends that I know work on my tractor. So let's take these off and see if they're the same size as those lines. That's our first thing to do here. So I need some caps for AN fittings. I guess not AN fittings, they'd be JIC fittings. If anybody knows of a good good cap assortment, you know, leave it in the comments. Tell me what you guys do to keep oil from leaking out of all your stuff. I mean, I know it happens sometimes, especially when you're out in the field and something happens. See, this has bushings onto this line. I think this line is the same size as my other one, so hopefully the connectors are the same. That would be great. Now hopefully these threads are the same size as the old, well, the other line that I have. Because these fittings do not work for me at all. propped up, but not enough, apparently, as you can see. It's alright. Well, at least the pressure's off of it. I wondered if that was going to happen. And it's going to continue to happen. The pressure is not off of it. Okay, they are the same size, so let's get this sealed up and let's get that on there. As long as we can keep it from going everywhere. Need some Blue Monster Teflon tape. That way. You always want to go with your threads when you put the tape on there, so that way it doesn't unthread itself as you are putting it together. I know a lot of people do that. Sometimes I even do it. Everything gets all mixed up and next thing you know it's coming off there and really isn't doing you a lick of good. Help if I can hold on to something. Never had a pull behind brush hog, so I don't know how I'm gonna like it. But it was a good enough deal that I couldn't turn it down, so here we are. And we just gotta change out this one. That's what I didn't want to happen. I actually need that bushing to come out with it. Now, looks like I'm gonna have to get this out of the way. Sounds like there might be a little pressure on this one. Nothing. That one's on there a bit tighter. There we go. I'm almost wondering if that might be Those threads might have been cross-threaded on the other one, because this one's fitting on super tight. I don't know, it's going on there pretty decent now. Alright, so the lines are all hooked up now, and I'm just going to start the tractor up and just see if it raises up. These old kubotas seem to be cold-blooded. You really gotta let them warm up first. The glow plugs. So what I'd like to be able to do is on the front of this, get you guys down here where you can see. So right here, there was a hole through this piece, but not through this inside. So I might pop a hole through there so that way I could set it like that. Because if not, I don't know. I think the front end of it might always drag the ground, and I do not want that to happen. So let's get these blocks out and find out. Yeah, so I need to drill that hole in there. And get that bowed so it holds the front end up some. So let's get to that. Alright, so now as you can see, this actually broke off all the way around and someone's tried to weld it. So I think I might just try to make a plate just like this bottom and kind of disperse that up into here. So we're going to make a plate to weld into here, cut that crap out of there, just lay it on there, put a bead across it, and then weld it up to here. So that's our next thing, so let's get to it. So I'm not exactly sure where this is supposed to be at. I mean, I can see up in there, but if I raise it up too much, it's hitting this PTO shaft. So I want to weld that and then let everything down and see where it ends up at. Let's start some more welds and just hold it up. Let's see where we're going to be at. Alright, so I think that works now. So let's
Okay, no, son.
oh, we're gonna take a little bit.
Oh, is that a $150 free pop?
Yep.
What are you doing? Well, right there. Oh, now the ball got the key. Right up where you can do that. Ain't that weird? He told me. And now I'm on sale. Does that jacket work? Did it work just like mine, huh?
Yep.
Damn, so you got that problem
I
here.
did. Alright, well, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's all welded up. I got my new gusset on there. It's freshly welded. It's going to serve the purpose that I need. So, let's fire this thing up and see what it does. And it should come up. It should come up, and you know, this thing should stay pretty well level because it pivots there. So as long as that works, that's all I'm doing to it for now. And then I'll probably check that gearbox actually, because there is a little dipstick there. Let's do that now while I'm thinking about it. I got everything out. I might as well just check it. Then I'll know if I need to get some fluid for this or not. So I noticed this. I'm pretty sure that's just a dipstick. Goes with it. So that looks pretty good. It's about halfway full. I mean, other than it being cold, but I probably will change it next year when I go to use it. Oh, well, this year. You can definitely tell it's 90 weight. Perfect. All right. Well, let me set you guys back and you can watch this. See how this works. See how our repair might have made it. Very nice. This back here, use it. Let's see if it comes out. It actually is. That's good. We'll freaking get back, guys. That's better. See, it's going to be some please. Please raise up. That actually got me higher up here, so perfect. No, go 20 something, you have to raise up. I'm going to raise up a little bit, so. Hang on. I'm using this out a little more. That should be like a full range out, I think. But it's still, I won't worry about lining it up though. I think I'm just gonna put it there. We're gonna call this done for now. So we're gonna go ahead and call our brush hog done. So we got our gusset welded on. You know, we're gonna see how it works. I think I got all the adjustments correct. It's got plenty of fluid in the gearbox. And next thing is, we're gonna unhook this, get it out of the way, bring the tractor back in by itself. The tractor itself needs, it needs that front bumper made. Actually, I have the other side panel I'd like to put on it too as well. And the air cover, it's actually off of it. And the battery tray, I need to make a new bottom for it, which isn't no big deal. I just gotta cut some metal, weld one in there. And I probably wanna put like a piece of rubber in there. Something like, you know, a mud flap. So that way I don't put a hole in that battery. And then this thing will be ready to ship out, fix the seat, I'll be good to go. And then if it wasn't so cold out and snowy, we would take this out and try it. But it's a little cold out, 12 degrees is a little colder than I like. So as soon as it warms up, we're gonna hook up to this. Take it down in the field, I got a spot to mow and we're gonna try it. So let's get on with the other stuff. All right, so this is my cousin Matthew. And we got the front end tore off the tractor. And we got the old battery box out. And we're working on the new one, so put you guys on something and you'll get to see it. Alright, so the battery box is made, and we're going to put the hood back on, and I've got 214 pounds of weights that we're going to mount, but I think I got to redo this bumper, so we're going to mount the hood and make sure it doesn't interfere. There you go. Garage in the lower yard next year too. This I knew that. Can you get it back and started?
Now what's the matter with the old girl?
Seat came off, battery come out, and we're putting the weights on it. Alright, so battery tray is made. That's done. And we got the weight bar put on the front. It's not the prettiest, but it's gonna work. And the brush hog's welded as well.
Hey, you forgot that. My uncle over here drinking beer.